remember the interview Ari did next to Vince, propping him up. Oh, we made this deal because of Vince. My 20-year friendship because of Vince. We wouldn't have done it. Propping him up, bro. This is like Goodfellas. Only to freaking set him up. Now they get the deal with Netflix. Bro, you ain't getting any of this $5 billion, bro. We're going to clear the deck. You're out of here, bro.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Riding with Russo show. I am Dr. Chris Featherstone. I'm here joining, of course, as always, with the namesake himself, former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, former WWE head writer. He is Vince Russo. How are you, my man?
What is going on, doctor? How you doing, man?
I'm well, man. I'm well. Let's get right into it, man. We got a lot to talk about. All right, so let's talk about Ronda Rousey. You have mentioned Ronda Rousey's tweets before, and we haven't really had the time to talk much into it. But we're going to talk more about it today. So this is what she said. She said, Bruce Pritchard is basically Vince's avatar. If he's still around, Vince still has a hand in the business. Vince was still running things through Bruce when he was gone, quote, gone before. So with that being said, Vince Russo, you have worked with Vince very closely, of course. You have worked with Bruce Pritchard very closely before. You've mentioned on our shows briefly that verifying this particular post. What are your more extensive thoughts in the veracity of this particular tweet regarding Vince Russo and Bruce Pritchard?
She's dead on, bro. Bruce Pritchard was Vince McMahon's eyes and ears going back to the 80s. And it was no secret. Everybody knew. So when she's putting that tweet on, she's dead on. But bro, when you start looking at things now, and when you start looking at the timeline and the series of events that happened, man, I'm starting to believe there could possibly be a whole other side to this story where Vince was the man on the out. I mean, Vince got worked, perhaps, because, bro, let's look at the series of events now, because now things are starting to fall into place, which are like, wait a minute. Number one, Kevin Dunn, after 30 years, resigns. So now, did Kevin Dunn know something was going down the pike? Was Kevin Dunn said, bro, you need to resign, otherwise you're going to be a part of this? Whatever the case may be, you know, many people who worked at the WWE would have told you Kevin Dunn was a lifer. He would have never left that job until he couldn't do it anymore. So Kevin Dunn leaves. Then what happens, bro? The Netflix deal goes down. What happens after the Netflix deal goes down? Rock is named on the board. What happens after Rock is named on the board? Vince is ousted. Now I'm just reading today. Now Pritchard is going in for tricep surgery. Bro, this is the busiest time of the year. Yeah. Okay, like this time of the year, Bruce would not be getting surgery now. He'd be putting surgery off till WrestleMania was over. This is the busiest time of the year. So now all of a sudden, Bruce Pritchard is going to be gone for a while and he's getting tricep surgery. There's a lot here, bro, that, like, man, it's just starting to look real fishy. And you got to ask yourself the question, man, was Vince set up? When Ari bought the WWE, did he want Vince out? And did he, bro, TKO, they're the ones who stopped paying the NDA. Yeah. They stopped paying her. Now, could they have stopped paying her knowing darn well she was going to file a lawsuit? Could they have stopped paying her and were in business with her? We'll stop paying you. That'll open up an opportunity for you to file a lawsuit again. Bro, there's just a lot of things here that don't add up. And like, here's another one, bro. They have this one picture of Miss Grant. And bro, when you look at this picture, this looks like an innocent 26-year-old, maybe 28-year-old. When I look at this picture, bro, all I'm seeing is my daughter. My daughter is 28. Bro, Miss Grant
is 43 years old.
She's 43 years old, bro. So in other words, when this went down, bro, she's what, 38, 39? But they're not showing you a picture of a 38, 39. They're painting a picture of, oh, look at this poor innocent. So, bro, you gotta listen. I'm not saying by any means Vince is not guilty, but bro, like Stevie Ray taught me a long time ago, bro, when they want you out, you're gonna be out. And, you know, it's funny, bro, because look at the history of Vince McMahon, all the promoters he put out of business.
Yeah.
Was the rug now pulled out from under him and he didn't expect a thing? Yeah. The only reason I'm saying that, bro, I'm not saying I believe this theory. I'm saying there are two completely different sides to this.
It is interesting. It's definitely interesting that you bring those things up. My question with that, though, is with all the allegations that happened a few years back, Vince McMahon stepped down. Stephanie took over as a CEO. And so when the allegations kind of subsided, it was a Vince comes back, Stephanie steps down. So do you think that was purposeful, that Stephanie was like, oh, I don't want to work with my dad? And do you think that Triple H and Stephanie knows about this at all?
Oh yeah, bro. There's no question, bro. You got to remember, Chris, and we talked about this back then when they took the vote to bring Vince back. Stephanie, Triple H, and Nick Khan all voted against it. They all voted against it. So, bro, listen, man, I am pretty confident. The position Triple H was in, he's married to Stephanie. Bro, that stuff ain't going down without them knowing. And perhaps that was the reason why they voted no. Perhaps they knew more was coming down the pike. But that was a big deal, bro, that everybody seemed to gloss over, that those three voted no.
So basically, your theory would be Ari wanted the deal with the WWE. He just so happened to have Vince at the helm still. And so at the expense of, smoothing out the deal and making it more, I guess, clean, clean for the TKO merge and the being under the Endeavor umbrella, he felt as if Vince, a part of this, would not be the best route as far as this deal is.
Oh, bro, not only be the best route, he knew all of this. He knew all of this, bro. He knew this was coming down the pipe. Bro, again, look at the pieces now. And guys, I'm not saying I believe in this theory. You gotta, bro, remember the interview Ari did next to Vince, propping him up. Oh, we made this deal because of Vince. My 20-year friendship because of Vince. We wouldn't have done it. Propping him up, bro. This is like Goodfellas. Only to freaking set him up. Now they get the deal with Netflix. Bro, you ain't getting any of this $5 billion, bro. We're gonna clear the deck. You're out of here, bro. And that's why I said, bro, Ari was the one that decided stop paying the NDA. He said to stop paying the NDA. And like I said, whether he was in cahoots with this woman or wasn't, but he knew this would open up an opportunity for her to sue Vince. Bro, it's like, bro, what do you always hear, Chris? Chris, what do we always hear? Follow the money. Follow the money. Bro, at the end of the day, it's all about power and money. It's all about power and money. Bro, come on, man. This guy's 77 years old. Does Ari really want this guy? Does he really need this guy? I mean, I'm not saying none of this lawsuit is not real. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying this opportunity could have been created for this lawsuit to happen.
Very interesting. So someone like Vince McMahon, who seemingly never gets blindsided.
The greatest worker in the world got worked. I mean, bro, it is very quite possible that the greatest worker in the world got worked, bro.
Wow. Very interesting. So the higher power angle, over 25 years later, the man behind the hood is Ari Emanuel.
Could this woman have not, bro? Whatever it's going on between her and Vince, bro, he's 77.
Theoretically, let me be sure to say
theoretical. All of this is theoretical, but my point is this: hypothetically, could 77-year-old Vince McMahon have not fallen asleep, and could she have not gotten a hold of his cell phone? Could she not have written those text messages, bro, and then erased them? Because they once you write them, they're there.
Yeah.
Now, how in the world, hypothetically, how in the world would Vince prove, that they came from my phone, but I didn't write them? How would he ever prove that?
He wouldn't. Yeah, you can't. I mean,
you can't, bro.
You can't prove it. That's just hearsay at that point, and that's an objection. In the court of law, it's just hearsay. So, at the end of the day, it will be interesting to see how this develops. I think at the end of the day, usually in the corporate America, man, there's bodies buried. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of things that people already knew before it hit the fan. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, I would venture to say, based on my experience in criminology, is that there's a lot of people, theoretically, there's a lot of people who knew way more about this a long time ago. So
no doubt, bro. Bruce Pritchard. I think I told you this already, Chris. I got Bruce Pritchard a job at TNA in, my God, bro. You can look it up. It was probably about 2010 or 2011. Okay, my first sit down with Bruce at TNA. This is 2011. Bro, he told me Vince and Linda had been leading separate lives for years. For years, bro. So we never heard about that. Everybody thought Vince and Linda were a couple. Bruce is telling me in 2011 that they had been separated for years. So, bro, there was stuff going on behind the scenes, bro, that nobody was ever privy to.
Yeah, and then you saw the paparazzi shot, a couple years back with Vince and a mistress that was seemingly a lot younger than he was, at some, I guess dinner or something like that, an outing. And so that kind of solidified is Vince and, Linda together. I mean, well, you see a possible mistress here in an outing. So, yeah. Which is
really weird, Chris, because, bro, if you're separated and not living together and, why is that a big secret? Like, I don't understand, bro. We hear every day power couples, Hollywood couples, celebrities. We hear every day divorce, separation, Kanye and Kardashian. I mean, you hear this every day. If they weren't together for decades, I don't know why that was a big secret.
I think when you have a position, well, I know based on psychology, when you have such a prominent position of power like that, now a celebrity couple is different because they're just popular. They still have lives just like everybody else. They just are popular and have big IG accounts. But when you're in a power position and you have that influence and that image that you really want to protect, any type of black mark on it is a black mark to your ego. And so it's really an ego deflection when there's a separation. Oh, whoa. What? Like Vince McMahon, the person who can do no wrong, clearly isn't sufficient enough for his wife to want to stay in a relationship.
Yeah.
No way. You know what I mean? So yeah, when you're in a power move, you want to protect your image at all costs, man.